Hi Pisces, and welcome to your November 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to bring you guys a heart-centered and shadow-focused tarot reading for the month of November, as we have moved into Scorpio season now, which is always a really hard-hitting and fantastic time for Pisces, usually. I feel you to be very powerful. I've already pre-shuffled your cards, but I will cut them before we get into the tarot portion of the reading. As I was shuffling your cards, Pisces, what I felt is that this time is about introducing more lightness into your path. It's about introducing more freedom, more liberation, and more ease into your path. So you're really going to benefit in the month of November 2019 from, stepping out of what's feeling dark, from stepping out of what is feeling too heavy or too toxic or too overwhelming, and moving into the path of people who make you feel lighter. So we are uncomplicating things for ourselves in the month of November. We are making things easier on ourselves. We are, really falling into place, okay? So a lot of your theme this month deals with falling into place and not succumbing to being like all over the place. So if there are a lot of emotional triggers around, or if there are a lot of emotional subterfuge, it's going to be important to detach from that versus trying to get into it and mold it around to be something else. I feel so strongly that Pisces is focusing itself on becoming healthier and becoming more weightless, more light, okay? So yeah, that's really the main message that I felt as I was shuffling your cards was you've got to keep things light, you've got to keep things small, you've got to keep things moving this month, okay? We don't want to get stuck here. We don't want to get, drowned in toxins, basically, because that can happen as well in Scorpio season for Pisces, especially because you are a very, sink or swim type of sign. You're like the ocean, so you want to really be able to swim through this in a quick and light way. It's almost as if you could imagine yourself swimming underwater, and you're like swimming in the deepest part, okay? You might be close to the surface, but there's a lot below you, right? So you've got to be able to swim well so you don't sink into that. So yeah, I will warn you guys that that's the image that I see for Pisces, is basically swimming near the surface yet over an abyss. So yeah, you need to be aware of that, and you need to think about what is beneath you, and not diving into that necessarily. Keeping near the surface in a way that is light and honorable, okay? I'm going to go ahead and cut your cards, and we will start to get into the tarot portion as well. If you guys like these rings or bracelets, the links are in the description box. I think they're really great. This is a Damascus ring. I talked about it last month as well. I feel so powerful when I read with this. It feels so clear. It really helps my throat chakra. It really helps me to be able to articulate. So check that out if you're having any throat chakra issues. Anyway, general energies for Pisces in the month of November 2019. Navigating Scorpio season. I want to see the week to week here. Okay. All right, so first week of November, Pisces. 8 of Wands, rooted down by 5 of Cups. So there's that volatility that I'm talking about, and this is the type of thing that really creates that feeling of abyss, that feeling of, having so much underneath you, so deep. When you have something that feels so nice, like a windfall, something that feels like you are receiving gifts, benevolence, and luck from the universe, yet it feels caused or supported by sadness or by something that is not right. I think Pisces, what I'm feeling for you is that in the month of November, you need to not take from yourself. It's almost like there's this really fun thing or this really great thing for you that you almost let yourself do, but you choose not to let yourself, and you feel bad for not having let yourself done it. So is this a healthy thing? I think that you have a really great chance for something kind of flashy or eccentric. We have these Jupiter and Sagittarius square your planet Neptune in Pisces. So you have luck here. You have possibility. This is the time for a calculated risk. This is the time to do something a little bit big, or to do something a little bit flamboyant or eccentric. It's not really the time to play it safe, guys. Yet, I don't want you to misconstrue that as being able to jump into super emotionally toxic situations, because this isn't about emotions, okay? In the first week, you're going to get a windfall of something that isn't emotional. something that is an opportunity or representative of a creative project. But I don't want you to conflate that with something that is super emotional, because you're going to dive into something that's ultimately going to prevent this. All right. So what I want you to do, especially if you're listening to this in late October, which I hope you guys are able to, you can get these readings early on my Patreon page, which is linked below. So it's really great to get early access so you can sort of prepare yourself for what's coming. If you're listening to this in November, I'm sorry, in late October, try to really think about what this is. What is this Five of Cups meaning for you? Let me turn the light on. What is this? Why are we still feeling that the cups are spilled? Why are we hiding this from ourselves? I want you guys to really think about what this could be and try to consciously heal this so you cannot be distracted or tempted to conflate what this might be, what this benevolence and windfall might be. Okay. Second week of November, Pisces. Three of Wands, some more fire. Three of Wands rooted down by King of Cups reversed. So fire, water, it's lining up very symmetrically. And you guys know that I always look for symmetry when I read. So it's interesting. It's almost like Sagittarius season kind of comes early for you guys as well. And that makes sense with Jupiter being in Sag and really connecting to Pisces people. This is a fiery time. And, Scorpio can be a bit fiery too. It's a Mars-ruled sign traditionally. So you've really got to be working on your personal fire, on healing the fire element within you, working with the root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, finding, what your spark or zest for life is. Because that's going to be a lot of what November gifts you as a Pisces, is the ability to see what I want to do, what I want to move toward. Okay, because if you don't do it, there's going to be a lot of sadness. There's a lot of low-level sadness if we're not allowing ourselves to do what we want, the things that are giving back to us. So this isn't about, going back to the addiction or going back to the codependent relationship because we think that we want that. That's more of this. So don't confuse that. This is allowing ourselves to channel our energy into the healthy, productive, creative thing that we've been putting off for a while, that we know is good for us, without succumbing to, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, this relationship will never let me do that. Okay, because there's a lot of taking from ourselves as Pisces if we do not latch on to this creative windfall that Jupiter in Sagittarius in its last few degrees is giving us. Sorry guys, I just had to take a drink of coffee. It's a good day for caffeine. It's such a nice rainy day here where I'm at, so I've loved channeling through the rain for my Pisces people. Week number 3, the Hermit, rooted down by the World. I'm not surprised. I love the mixture of those two archetypes. It's interesting how these first 2 weeks, the volatility of the fire and water elements generates this big major arcana universal moment for you in the 3rd week, right when we move into Sagittarius season, okay? So Sag season for you Pisces represents a lantern, a light, seeing something for what it is, and an ending. So to me, the World card is more of an ending than the Death card. So you are working up to the end of a chapter at this time, Pisces, and you are working up to an awakening moment, a quickening awakening moment, where suddenly a light bulb clicks, okay? It is a light bulb moment for you, undoubtedly. And I want you to be preparing for that as you're moving through the beginning of November, because to me, these messages and what these could be here in the first 2 weeks, it's going to be very dependent on you. This isn't something that I even want to get specific about what it could mean for each individual person, because this is going to represent basically the thrust of your life, what you love, what you want, what you create, and how you've not allowed that, and the realization of that, and then the change in the 3rd week. So third week is a big change. Third week, you need to not be distracted by other people. The Hermit is coming up upright. And for this entire year of 2019, the Hermit has been an interesting, elusive archetype where it has not been around that much. It has not been that clear. And if it is, it's usually reversed. So finally, I think this is a huge, great thing for you, Pisces. The Hermit energy comes in healthfully as a protective, solitary energy where in solitude, when you're alone, you will feel protected, held, and knowing of what you need to do and how you need to move forward. So don't fear solitude and don't fear loneliness either during that time, because it will give you the world, okay? Week number 4, Ace of Swords, rooted down by Knight of Pentacles. Okay, new beginning. I love that an ace card has come after the world, because again, the world marks an ending and the aces are all about new beginnings. So yeah, you're revamping your logic. So gaining new philosophies relating to how you interpret the world, and seeing the world through a new perspective is going to be the main thing. Also, there's new money. There's a new stream of income, new people in your life who give you energy, give you time. I feel like people are going to start giving you time in the 4th week, Pisces, and that's very beautiful, because I know that you felt a little bit out of time and you felt a little bit skewed. All right. I think that you just have to really focus on, feeling like you can see the world differently. And that's the beauty that that time gives you, is being able to see the world differently. Again, that's what Sagittarius energy is all about. We've gotten into Sagittarius season here. So by accident, Pisces, you're suddenly going to see the world very differently. And it's going to make sense, okay? So this month of November is not about, other people. It's not about the experience of different people, the experience of, relationships or job opportunities. I mean, that could be, but this is about you and your creativity and your perspective of the world becoming something potentially so much healthier and funner, more fun, and more light, okay? As I said in the beginning with the intuitive messages, this is about clarity, and this is about fearlessness in a way as well. Those are both words that I hear for you, is clarity and fearless. So we are getting over fears here. We are getting less scared of the world. We are getting less afraid of the outside. Because you guys have kind of got the inside figured out, I've got to say. You guys have kind of got the inner world, inner turmoil working out. But sometimes when you go through that phase, because you guys have maybe been there for the last 2.5 years, sometimes when that happens, you start to get a little bit afraid of the outside. And vice versa, if you spend a lot of time in the external, you start to get a little bit afraid of the internal. So we've just come out of Libra time, where we had to really work on that balance. And here we are in Scorpio time, having the result of that, and seeing that the transformations are poignant and connective. All right. Pisces, I think that this is a time also where this King of Cups reversed, I will warn you guys, this could be a breakup month for some of you. This could be a month where you feel like people are leaving, or where certain presences or certain spots or energies that were filled in your life become vacant. There is a vacancy about the energy. I will warn you of that. And there is a sense of disregard too. So don't worry about that. These two coming up together can, again, symbolize a breakup, or symbolize a mourning or a bereavement of some kind, a loss, even like, maybe some of you had a relative die like a long time ago and you feel that presence. There's a sense of, or even a breakup from a long time ago, you might get a new perspective on as well. Even if someone's not leaving right this second, there's a connecting to the, to what loss meant to you before, and maybe healing some of the wounds that have been holding on for a long time too, because that's what Scorpio time is also all about. It's about the healing of the things that we did not know needed to be healed, or the things that we did not know were still holding on. All of a sudden they're there, and here we are. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful energy for you, Pisces. I have so enjoyed being here and sort of speaking about some of the energies that are coming up for you. If you'd like to check out your sun, moon, rising sign, that will be available. And yes, I will be doing an extended reading for you over on Patreon. If you would like to see the central theme of your month, the overarching theme, as well as your power cards for the month, that will be linked below. So let's go and look at some more energy coming up for Pisces. And I so hope that you guys will check out my Patreon page. I'm kind of promoting it here in this format this month because it has so many great things. Aside from, getting these readings early and ad-free, there are no ads on my Patreon page. You can get the extended readings. You can get some guided meditations, my yearly reports. There's extended yearly content for each sign. It's very inexpensive and very rewarding. And it's a great way to support my channel too. So we'll check out your central theme and power cards over on Patreon. Thank you so much to those of you who've been able to pre-order moon symbols and order moon symbols as it is out now. It should also be going on to Audible soon too, so that will all be linked in the description box below. Keep tuned to my website and my social media, and keep up with what's going on. I post new videos every Friday, and I talk about a lot more than just tarot. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Your likes and comments mean the world to me. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.